Well, a good evening to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another live pro wrestling talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. It is Sunday night, August 23rd of 2026. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody's been doing well, staying cool. Hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. I was pretty good. Nothing too crazy or whatnot. Just, catching up on pro wrestling, of course. But yeah, it was a good weekend. Really can't complain. Can't complain at all. But tonight, I wanted to get on here for a little while, talk about a couple of things. First off, I want to go ahead and review ROH Death Before Dishonor 2026. Another solid show from Ring of Honor Wrestling. And then I want to jump into two tournaments that have reached their epic conclusion. The TJPW Tokyo Princess Cup 13, and of course, the Stardom 5-Star Grand Prix 2026. History has been made, and got a good bit to talk about. But first, let's go ahead and let's jump into ROH, get this review underway. ROH Death Before Dishonor 2026 this year took place at the iconic 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. An arena I've been to before. Very awesome, very iconic venue. You should definitely check it out. If you ever get a chance to go to a pro wrestling show there, you should definitely check it out. But yeah, this happened on August 21st. This was Friday evening. And as I predicted, they ended up adding a bunch of extra matches to the show. As a matter of fact, they ended up doing a 0-hour pre-show that had not one, not two, not three, but 4 matches. And then they stuck some extra, maybe a few extra matches on the main card as well. So it was a pretty loaded show. So let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and let me get my graphics out. And let's jump right into it, shall we? Of course, starting with the 0-hour pre-show. But yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Okay, let's take a look at this first match. All right, kicking off the Death Before Dishonor 0-hour, we had ourselves a tag match featuring the ladies. We had the team of Queen Aminata and Mina Shirakawa taking on the team of Viva and VertVixen. Mina and Aminata taking on V&V. Viva and VertVixen. V. This was a pretty decent match. Lasted a little bit over 10 minutes. But yeah, it was pretty back and forth. Both teams definitely were showcased pretty well. Viva and VertVixen definitely seemed to be more of like the heel type team in this situation. But it was a solid match. For what it was a solid match. Love the chemistry with Mina Shirakawa and Queen Aminata. They've definitely been flowing together as a tag team. So it looks like that's something that they're going to stick with for a bit, Mina and Queen Aminata. Rockus, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. But yeah, pretty solid match. But it would be Mina Shirakawa that would get the victory for her team. She hit a diving tornado DDT onto VertVixen and then pinned her for the 1-2-3. Mina Shirakawa, Queen Aminata, your winners. And, you know, like I said, don't be surprised if you see them team up more. I mean, I know it seems like Mina has gotten a good number of title opportunities since coming to AEW and ROH. And really, aside from the one time becoming interim women's TV champion, she hasn't really been able to capitalize any on the other opportunities. So it's a bummer. It's really a bummer. Al, welcome to the stream. People over here, what's up? You feel me? Stand up and say what's up. What's up? I like that intro. That was good. That was really good. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely our truth. Definitely our truth. But yeah, I like what you did there. But yeah, Mina Shirakawa, Queen Aminata, your winners. All right, let's go to the next match. Here we go. This next match was pretty good for what it was. All righty, we had ourselves a singles match between Loose Ledge Adam Brooks taking on ELP El Phantasmo. Match wasn't as long as the first one. This was 8 minutes 48 seconds. But you know, it was really good to see Adam Brooks again. I like Adam Brooks. I've been a fan of his ever since I first saw him wrestle for DPW, Deadlock Pro Wrestling. And, you know, got to see him in Vegas as well. So yeah, I definitely like Adam Brooks. Really good wrestler. Taking on El Phantasmo, of course, very well known through New Japan Pro Wrestling. And, you know, it was good to see him on Ring of Honor. Both had a decent back and forth match. It was very enjoyable. Very hard hitting. You know, I've always really enjoyed the overall skills of El Phantasmo, especially in the Super Junior division back in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And, you know, being part of the Bullet Club, felt like he did very well. And, you know, I really enjoy seeing him wrestle. And it would have been nice to see him, you know, become IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion and have like a long reign and whatnot. Or even win a Best of Super Juniors. But, I mean, you know, he did win both sets of tag titles, you know, junior and regular IWGP. And, you know, he did win the NJPW World Television Championship. It just would have been really cool to see him win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Oh, well. But as far as the match was solid. Definitely back and forth. But it would be El Phantasmo that would take it to the skies and hit a beautifully executed Thunder Kiss 86 onto Adam Brooks, then pin him for the 1-2-3. ELP, your winner. And of course, great sportsmanship after the match between the two. But yeah, very solid. Bloody Money says TNA Lockdown pay-per-view just finished today. Don't go to social media to see the outcome. Honestly, I wasn't planning on watching it, so if you want to talk about it, you're more than welcome to mention whatever you want. I wasn't planning on watching it, so have at it. Let's see. All right, let's go to the next match. This next match was pretty good, too. All right, here we go. Alrighty, we had ourselves a triple threat match, a three-way match. We had Soleil versus Komander versus A.R. Fox. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe I'm just taking a wild guess at this. But is Soleil supposed to be Reggie or Sydney Akeem? Is that who Soleil is? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just taking a wild guess. But I think that's who that is. Because like the dreads, the hair was kind of the clue for me. But I think that's Sydney Akeem, aka Reggie from back in WWE, aka Scripps, which oh my god, I hated that name. Honestly, this match was not that long. It was only 6 minutes, 33 seconds. But it definitely had its share of flippiness and high flying. And you know what? With these three in the match, it definitely made sense to see as much of that as possible. Definitely enjoyed the match still. Wish it could have been longer, but I mean, you're not going to really see many long matches that hit the 10-minute mark in the pre-show. I mean, that's just the way it is. But this was still decent even for the short time of 6 minutes 33 seconds. But it would be Komander that would pick up the victory as he walked the ropes and then hit a moonsault, or more like a shooting star press, onto Soleil, then pinned him for the 1, 2, 3s. Komander, your winner. Good sportsmanship there between AR Fox and Komander. Looks like perhaps those two may want to run a singles match against each other. After all, AR Fox didn't get pinned, and you know, Komander and AR Fox are former ROH World Television Champions. So I mean, hey, I'd totally be down if those two duked it out one-on-one. I think it would be very enjoyable for sure. Okay, and then the last match of the 0 hour. Here we go. Alrighty. You had a tag match. You had the Don Callis family of Hechicero and the Machine Brian Cage taking on the Bustah and the Brain, made up of Alex Price and Jordan Oliver. Very enjoyable match. Lasted a little over 7.5 minutes, 7 minutes 41 seconds. You know what? Bustah and the Brain put up a really good fight. I figured they weren't going to beat the Don Callis family, but they put up one heck of a fight. And I like the tag team. They have been a really strong tag team since I first saw them team up. And you know, I've seen Alec Price wrestle ever since DPW, so very familiar with him. Seen Jordan Oliver mostly through GCW, but they're great as a tag team. Misfit, welcome to the stream. TNA will always LOL TNA. Well, I'm mainly holding out for the bigger shows, you know, Destination X, Bound for Glory. I'm still probably going to check those out when the time comes. But pretty solid match. They gave a good fight to the Don Callis family. And, you know, Brian Cage looked ripped as usual. And you know, that's quite a solid team. Him and Hechicero, you know, may see that more often, because that was a beast of a tag team. But it would be Hechicero that would pick up the victory for the Don Callis family, hitting that really nasty head scissors spike that he likes to do quite often. Pretty impressive, especially mainly for a submission specialist. But he hit that on Alex Price, pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. Don Callis family closes out. The closes out the 0 hour of Death Before Dishonor. But like I said, decent pre-show. Decent pre-show. Misfit says, as I've stated before, I'm probably gonna retire, predict 5-star Grand Prix finals. Wait, why? Why is that? I don't get it. So that was the 0 hour. So now let's get into the main card, because the main card was pretty solid for the most part. Okay, main card. Let's go into it. We got our first title match for the main card. Let's do it. All right, first up, you had the ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Championships on the line as the champions, made up of Dalton Castle and the Outrunners, which of course that's Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd. And they defended the titles against the Lethal Twist, made up of Jay Lethal, Lee Johnson, and Blake Christian. I couldn't help but notice in this match that apparently Turbo Floyd kept his ROH 6-man tag team title around his waist pretty much throughout the whole match. For the most part, I thought that was kind of interesting that they did that. But this was a pretty wild, chaotic opening match that went just a little bit over 14 minutes. And, that was pretty good to see, considering, you really don't see the ROH World 6-Man Tag Team titles defended a lot. Especially, it's not really a high priority title in Ring of Honor. Let's just keep it real. But it is good when they do get defended and the match is solid. So, and I enjoyed this match for what it was. Great chemistry overall with the Lethal Twist, Jay Lethal, Lee Johnson, Blake Christian. You got a solid trio there, a really solid trio. And I mean, it's nothing against Dalton Castle and the Outrunners, but it does seem a little like a random pairing. Because, I mean, I know it's not Dalton Castle and the Boys. I mean, that's unique in its own way. But it does still feel kind of a random pairing. But, I mean, they made it work. They did make it work. So I can at least appreciate that. But, I definitely felt like this went back and forth. And, of course, the Lethal Twist, very solid heel trio. And then when the time came, they were actually able to strip the belt off of Turbo Floyd. And of course, that had him pretty stunned and whatnot. But there were a lot of close calls. And I'm glad that Blake Christian was okay because, he did try to do a springboard. I want to say he tried to do a springboard 450, but slipped and had the awkward landing, and he kind of grabbed his foot. But he was still able to continue the match, so it may have just tweaked it a little bit, but that was a little scary, and that's why it's called high risk. That's why it's high risk. But thankfully, he was okay and was able to continue the match. But speaking of Blake Christian, it would be Blake Christian that would pick up the victory for his team, did a roll-up on Truth Magnum while holding the ropes for 1, 2, 3. And just like that, to kick off the main card, we have a title change, as the Lethal Twist are the new ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Champions. And right off the bat, history made, because now Jay Lethal has held all 5 main men's titles in ROH. That's right. This was the only one that he was missing. So he's held every title in ROH for the men's division. So congratulations to Jay Lethal on accomplishing that, making history. And I truly believe the belts are on a more legit trio with Lethal Twist. So, I'm happy that they won. I felt like it was fitting for them to win these titles. Now, how often will they be defended? That's a whole nother story. But it was still a solid match. So, congratulations, Jay Lethal, Lee Johnson, Blake Christian, becoming the new ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Champions. Furious. Wow, thank you for the $10 super chat. Says, I'm so disappointed. I'm going to take a break from TJPW for a while on Twitter. I wish I could be happy for Suzume, but I'm not. I now know how Cowboy fans feel. Sorry, I know this is off topic. Oh no, I mean, we're definitely gonna be talking about that, but I'll go ahead and address this now. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I feel your frustrations. I mean, it was a solid match. And the better wrestler won. I mean, I hate to say it. It could have gone either way. It really could have gone either way. I mean, you had a pillar versus, somebody that's really been hot on the roster. So, I mean, it really could have gone either way. It's just one of those things where now Rika Tatsumi is the only pillar left that still hasn't won a Tokyo Princess Cup. But I do think she will eventually win it. I really do. I think for history's sake, I think she'll eventually win it. She'll eventually win it. Maybe next year. I don't know, but I could see that as being one of the things that she accomplishes before she retires. I truly believe that. I really do. And like I said, tough loss. Really tough loss. Made it to the finals. Tough loss. But in all honesty, it really could have gone either way. And it was such a good match. It was such a good match. And, I like both ladies. I mean, I've met both ladies. But, yeah, I do get how you feel, though. I do get how you feel. It was rough. It was rough, but it could have gone either way. Al says, this trio may be a lethal combination. Hey, I see what you did there. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Let's see. Okay. Next championship match. Here we go. Where are you at? Ah, there you go. Here we go. Okay, next up we had the ROH Women's Pure Championship on the line. As the champion, the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo defended against Steph DeLander. I gotta be honest with y'all. I mean, this match went a little over 9 minutes, but let's keep it real. It was somebody that wrestled the pure wrestling style against somebody that's not really meant for pure rules. Let's just keep it real. Because Steph DeLander definitely wasn't that. And with the pacing of how the match went, I mean, Steph DeLander used up all her rope breaks pretty quickly, used the clenched fist pretty quickly. I mean, just honestly, when you really look at it, this was an easy match for Deonna Purrazzo. If you really want to think about it, this was an easy match for Deonna. The way it went, I mean, Steph Lander used her first 2 rope breaks pretty quickly, and then she got the warning for the closed fist because she caught Deonna with a closed fist, and then she used her final rope break not too long after that. So she was at a very heavy disadvantage. Although she did make Deonna use 1 rope break. For a pin attempt, she was able to get her foot on the rope to break up the pin, which counts as a rope break. But to be honest, this was Deonna's match to win. This really didn't present much of a challenge to her. Deonna was able to submit Steph Lander with the Venus de Milo to retain the ROH Women's Pure Championship. Al says Fujiwara armbar master Deonna Purrazzo. Indeed. But yeah, in all honesty, this was an easy defense, easy dub for Deonna Purrazzo. So the match itself, but I don't know. It was kind of a weird choice. It was kind of a weird choice, but yeah. Misfit says, you mean to tell me they couldn't call up Shuri to face Deonna? I mean, I guess they could have, but I don't know, Misfit. Don't you kind of have something against ROH though? I didn't think you were really into ROH like that. So, you sure you'd be down for that? Just wondering. But yeah, okay. Next match. Oh, here we go. Let's go to the next match. This next match was quite interesting. Okay, we had a fatal 4-way for the ROH Women's World Television Championship. We had the champ, Miss Stir It Up, Stir It Up, Stir It Up, Stir It Up, Red Velvet, defending against Sky Blue, Marina Shafir, and Zayda Steel. Quite an interesting lineup of ladies for this one. Match was alright. Went 10 minutes, 55 seconds. It was quite chaotic. Everybody definitely got their fill in with this match. Marina Shafir and Sky Blue kind of going at it was kind of interesting. It's like, yeah, 2 heels going at it. Hey. But match was all right. I don't think it was anything crazy special. But Red Velvet continues her winning ways. While Marina was super focused, Red Velvet hit a beautifully executed frog splash onto Marina and then pinned her for the 1-2-3. I gotta be honest, I did not expect Marina to get pinned. I figured it was going to be Zayda Steel that got pinned, but nah. It's kind of a big deal. But yeah, hitting that frog splash and pinning Marina Shafir, Red Velvet, still your ROH Women's World Television Champion. Miss Stir It Up, 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 Stir It Up. Misfit says, I have a love-hate relationship with ROH. It's just not the Ring of Honor I grew up watching. It just feels like AEW Rampage with ROH branding on it. Well, first off, I mean, is it really that much of a surprise that it's not like the original Ring of Honor? I mean, I kind of didn't expect it to be. And secondly, I mean, AEW Rampage usually only had like a few matches. I mean, ROH at least has a handful of matches per episode. So, I don't know. Like there are things I will like about it, like for example, Bandito. Hey, Bandito, he's cool. He's awesome. He's great. But I will say their pay-per-view shows, you know, their big shows are pretty spot on. I will give them that. Okay, we're going to stick with the pure division as we go to our next title match. Yeah, we had the ROH Pure Championship on the line. The champion, Tiger Style, Lee Moriarty, defending against the wrestler, Katsuyori Shibata. Two greats going at it pure rules style. Solid match, went 13 minutes and 15 seconds. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful. Two wrestlers that I've always enjoyed watching. But you know, gotta give it up to Shibata. Shibata really got off to a great start and really took it to Lee Moriarty for a good portion of the match, even to the point where he made Lee Moriarty use all three of his rope breaks. Katsuyori Shibata never had to use a rope break. So definitely established ground, you know, throughout most of this match. But Tiger Style Lee Moriarty, there's a reason why this man now is the longest reigning pure champion in ROH history, because despite at a disadvantage with no longer having rope breaks, he was still able to pin Katsuyori Shibata with a European clutch for the 1-2-3 to retain the ROH Pure Championship. So, with that being said, 31-year-old Lee Moriarty has now been ROH Pure Champion for 759 days. And he now has 19 successful defenses. Wow. Impressive. Very impressive. Al says, I originally guessed Shibata would win. I mean, that would have been interesting, because if he won, that would have made him only the second three-time pure champion next to Wheeler Yuta. Misfit says, and I love Athena, I really do, but I'm just over this forever champion thing. Well, only thing I can say about that is, when was the last time you seen a champion that long have that long of a reign? Well, I guess there is Roman Reigns. I guess there is that. But I guess it's kind of rare to see a female champion have a title for that long, but okay. But congratulations, Lee Moriarty, still your ROH Pure Champion. All right. Time to go to tag team. Back to tag team action with this next match. This next match was pretty wild. You had a fatal four-way for the ROH World Tag Team Championships. So, the champs, El Skye team, made up of Mystico and Mascara Dorada, defending against the Kingdom, of course made up of Matt Taven and Michael Bennett. La Fashion Ingobernable, made up of Sammy Guevara and the Beast Mortos. And my guys, Dante and Darius Martin, Top Flight. Oh, man. Well, match lasted 19 minutes, 15 seconds. You know, there's a lot going on in this match. I definitely was all for Top Flight, which I'm still hoping, whether it's ROH or whether it's AEW, I really would love to see Top Flight have some tag team gold. But you know what I would love even more? Now that the Motor City Machine Guns are in AEW, I gotta have Top Flight versus Motor City Machine Guns. I gotta have it. Tony Khan, please, dude, make that match and at least let it happen once. Top Flight, Motor City Machine Guns. They're huge fans of the Motor City Machine Guns. TK, come on, do the right thing, man. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. I've been to a few AEW shows. You can do the right thing. You can do the right thing. Misfit says, listen, she hasn't reached Fabulous Moolah yet. Wait, what? I mean, that's, even if it's not Fabulous Moolah yet, I mean, that's still it was still like going on a 3-year reign, though. That's as impressive as it is. But yeah, this match was pretty action-packed. A good amount of high flying. And, you know, when you have El Skye team in the mix, it gets crazy. But match was a lot of fun for the most part. It was a lot of fun. But it would be El Skye team that would reign supreme as Mystico hit a beautiful Spanish fly on Darius Martin and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. El Skye team, still your Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. But like I said, I'm really hoping Top Flight can capitalize, whether it's those titles or the AEW tag titles at some point. But we'll see. Motor City Machine Guns have to find their way out of Detroit first. They'll get there. They'll get there. It wasn't that long ago. They'll get there. I mean, if anything, it looks like probably their first rivalry is going to be against the Swirl, but you know, we'll see. But that's what it's looking like. Okay, let's go to our next match. So this wasn't a title match, but this had very key implications. Okay. We had a special Continental Cup Challenge play-in match. Due to Eddie Kingston not being cleared, therefore not able to continue the tournament, they've decided to have this play-in match to be his replacement. So it came down to any style, Adam Priest taking on Daniel Garcia of the Death Riders. This was actually a very good back and forth technical battle between these two. Of course, Adam Priest, former 2-time DPW world champion. Also former DPW national champion. Great wrestler overall. And, you know, match lasted almost 17 minutes. And it was quite a technical back and forth. I know Adam Priest really was working on Daniel Garcia's leg. Hit him with a couple of dragon screws in this match. And, you know, it was just back and forth. They were trading submissions Like, it really could have gone either way. Like, it was close. It was a really close match. But took a bit, but Daniel Garcia would eventually get the best of Adam Priest, locked in the Dragon Slayer, and then wrenched it back really far to the point where he finally tapped. And therefore, Daniel Garcia picked up the victory. And honestly, shout out to Adam Priest. Put up a great effort, a really great effort. I was impressed. I was definitely impressed. You know, this may not have been, a main event quality match, I guess, given who was in it. But as far as a pure wrestling match, this was awesome. A great technical battle. Misfit says the Moolah thing is a joke. No one wants a 20-year title reign in 2026. Well, maybe Bloodline fans. Well, you'd be surprised. I mean, I don't know. If it's their favorite, then yeah. Thoughts on Hiromu Takahashi's new name? No comment. No comment. Uh let's go to the next match. Here we go. Let's get this next match. Okay, next up, we had ourselves a fight without honor for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. The champion, Blackheart Lio Rush, defending against Action Andretti. This was a very entertaining match and quite a showcase of skills from both competitors. Match lasted almost 24 minutes. And you know what? Kudos to both of these guys. I mean, they got a lot of time in this match. We saw barbed wire chairs. We saw broken black glass, red doors. Like, Action Andretti hit an insane 450 splash through the table with some black glass on it. Like, this match was insane. Both got busted open. I mean, just. And Lio Rush came out with a rainbow rain cap that had barbed wire all over it. I was just like, that's wild. That is really wild. And of course, pay tribute to the late great Sabu with his ring gear, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, this was quite an entertaining, brutal back and forth match. And it went the distance. And with how it was going, it really could have gone either way. A big turning point was Hook showing up. And of course, you had Anthony Bowens as well. So the Ops showing up and pretty much assisting Action Andretti. But even with the assists, Lio Rush still kept fighting back. And he did as best as he could. I mean, he was outnumbered. But Action Andretti would eventually pin Lio Rush after hitting the lights, camera, action. 1, 2, 3. And we have a new ROH World Television Champion in Action Andretti. And I think it's safe to say that Action Andretti has joined the Ops. Kind of an interesting pickup, but I don't hate it. As much as I don't like Hook, I did love the Sabu Taz tribute. Indeed. What about that chair shot that got set up accidentally? Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But yeah, quite an interesting turn of events. Action Andretti with the Ops. Never would have imagined that, to be honest with you. And then after the match, even Leo Rush opened up the little small case and it had a black heart, and he drunk from the black heart and started foaming at the mouth of that black stuff. It was, but I mean, I guess he found his happy place again. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird, but I mean, it's part of the gimmick. It's part of the gimmick. All right, let's go to the next match. Here we go. Alrighty, we had the ROH World Championship on the line as the champion, Bandito, defended against Nick Wayne. Welcome to the stream, Enigma V4. Phenomenal match between these two. Nick Wayne, big opportunity for the young kid. Match lasted 22 minutes, 40 seconds. And I have to say, action-packed. And Nick Wayne, he threw out all the stops. I mean, even tried to resort to a low blow, hitting Wayne's World, like, just even being busted open. Like, Nick Wayne, he hung in there. He definitely hung in there. And while the match itself was awesome, not a fan of the finish. Like, I just really don't like the whole idea of eating a low blow, eating a finisher, and I believe he ate one more move, went for the pin, and then just gets reversed into a crucifix pin by Bandito. 1, 2, 3, Bandito retains. I hate that. I'm sorry, but getting hit with multiple moves like that, including a finisher, you shouldn't be able to just roll somebody up after eating a finisher like that. And this was a finisher and an extra move or two. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That makes no sense to me. I mean, it was how Sami Zayn won the title. I mean, he ate a double crossroads, and then Cody went for the pin and just reversed it. Like, that's so dumb. I hate stuff like that. Like, I could understand trying to do a finisher and, they get out of it or they reverse the finisher into a pin. I can understand that. But when you take the finisher and while they're attempting to pin, then you just reverse the pin, that makes no sense to me. That will never make any sense to me. Physics work in mysterious ways. Yeah, no kidding. Enigma V4 says, I was hoping Nick would have won. I mean, it would have been nice, but I don't know. Like, Bandito's been on a roll, and, Bandito's tough to beat. Definitely tough to beat. And if anything, this reign was a lot better than his first reign, so at least there's that. But 505 days and counting as ROH World Champion. So that is now 17 successful defenses of the ROH World Championship. So Bandito continues to be on a roll. So, wow. That's Bandito for you. And then the main event of ROH Death by Dishonor, or Death Before Dishonor 2026, comes down to the ladies. Oh, yeah. We had the ROH Women's World Championship on the line as the champion, the forever champion Athena, defending against Wild Heart Hazuki from World Wonder Ring Stardom. The ladies once again showcased in the main event for Ring of Honor, and this one did not disappoint as this went 30 minutes and 20 seconds. Whew! Athena and Hazuki, excellent chemistry. These ladies tore the roof off of the 2300 arena. Part of me wish I could have been there. And even with the minions trying to interfere, Billy Starks, Diamante, Hazuki hung in there, kept fighting back. I really liked the frog splash spot she did onto Athena and the announce table. That was sick. And just both these ladies just really bringing out the best in each other. It was incredible to see. But after 30 minutes, 20 seconds, Athena hits an O-face outside of the ring, throws Hazuki back inside and hits one more O-face, and then pins Wildheart for the 1, 2, 3. And yes, for another successful defense. Still your forever Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, the Fallen Goddess Athena. So that now 1,353 days as champion. And this marks successful defense number 38. Well, who's going to beat her? I don't know. Bloody Money says, Billy Starks reminds me of Pam Harajuku. How so? What? Billy Starks is not a comedy wrestler, right? How does she remind you of Pam? That doesn't make any sense to me, Bloody Money. One's a comedy wrestler, the other is not. But yeah, I mean, throw anybody. And see, here's the thing. I'll say this. I know a lot of folks want to look at Athena and this title reign like it's ridiculous. It doesn't mean anything because it's the ROH Women's World Championship. But y'all also got to keep in mind, look at everybody that she's defended this title against. These aren't a whole bunch of small names. Think about it. I mean, first off, she beat a legend in Mercedes Martinez to win the title in the first place. And let's see. VertVixen, Kiera Hogan, Marina Shafir, Miyu Yamashita, Willow Nightingale, Emi Sakura, Yuka Sakazaki, Miyu Yamashita a second time, Sky Blue, Kiera Hogan a second time, Kiera Hogan a third time, Willow Nightingale a second time, Diamante, Allison Kay, Angelina Love, Layla Hirsch, Mercedes Martinez, Billy Starks, Nyla Rose, Hikaru Shida, Red Velvet, Queen Aminata, Giselle Shaw, Abaddon, Billy Starks a second time, Tekla, Alex Windsor, La Catalina, Thunder Rosa, Alex Windsor a second time, Mina Shirakawa, Harley Cameron, Persephone, Maya World, Taylor Rising, Survival of the Fittest, which involved Billy Starks, Maya World, Trish Adora, Yuka Sakazaki, Zayda Steel, Shuri, and Hazuki. Y'all, Athena has beaten a lot of big names in that list. Some of them more than once. So let's not act like her reign has been trash. Let's not act like her reign doesn't mean much because it's the ROH Women's World Championship. It's a long reign. It's 38 successful defenses, and there's a lot of big names in that list. Some of them are currently champions right now. So, you know what? I'll say it. Put some respect on Athena's Ring of Honor Women's World Championship reign. Now, when will it end? I have no idea. Misfit says, I keep saying Billie Starkz should beat Athena, which I agreed with. And I'm like, I think that ship has sailed, probably. I don't mean I'm saying I keep seeing people say it. But like that's my whole thing. I mean, yeah, I do think the Billie Starkz ship has sailed. But yeah, that's my main thing. Folk, whoever the haters are out there, put some respect on Athena's name and her ROH Women's World Championship reign. Because let's keep it real. She beat a lot of credible names, unlike a certain somebody that was once TBS champion, and more than half of the folks a certain someone beat were nobodies and squashes. Let's just keep it real. So, but who knows? Maybe this upcoming final battle at the end of the year, maybe that's when Athena loses it. Honestly, I don't know anymore. Because right now, she definitely does seem like the forever champion. So. But overall, Death Before Dishonor, solid show. And like I said, Ring of Honor usually delivers on their pay-per-view level shows. And this was no different. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Let's switch gears to Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. So, a couple of tournaments have wrapped up. One of them being the Tokyo Princess Cup 13. Enigma says damn right. Yeah. Yes. Misfit says, if she doesn't win the title next weekend, I absolutely seen her being the one to beat Athena because it's Tony Khan. Wait, who's this? Who's this you're thinking of? How do you know exactly who I'm talking about? I have no idea who you're talking about. Who I was talking about was Jade Cargill, who's not even with the promotion anymore. Yeah, I have no idea who you're talking about, to be honest with you. Let's see. Tokyo Princess Cup 13 came down to the finals being the International Princess Champion Suzume and one half of the Princess Tag Team Champions and the White Dragon Rika Tatsumi. Match went 20 minutes 46 seconds and it was back and forth. Misfit says Mercedes. Wait, why her? She's not even in the picture. She's focused on the AEW Women's World Championship. I don't know why Mercedes would be in the picture. But yeah, this match, it was like I was telling Furious from the super chat earlier. This really could have gone either way, and this was a very high quality match, and I'm very curious to see how many stars it gets. But yeah, Suzume, Rika Tatsumi, this match was fire, and just seeing the back and forth, I mean, both trading their big moves. I mean, Rika Tatsumi had a couple of sleeper attempts, a dragon sleeper attempt, a couple of hip attacks. Suzume hit a ring a bell or two. Did a good amount of high flying. And then when it was all said and done, it took a springboard ring a bell to put away Rika Tatsumi for the 1-2-3. But yeah, Suzume, winner of the 13th Tokyo Princess Cup tournament. And that means that Rika Tatsumi, despite her excellent effort and good sportsmanship afterwards, Rika Tatsumi still remains as the only pillar of TJPW that has yet to win a Tokyo Princess Cup. Because we all know that Shoko Nakajima has won one, Miyu Yamashita has won one, and Yuka Sakazaki has won one. So, Rika Tatsumi, it's the only one left. But you know what? I really feel like I think she'll eventually get it. And I know some folks are like, she's getting up there in age. I mean, she is 34 years old. I mean, been wrestling 12 years. But, I think Rika Tatsumi, she's been on a roll. She's been good health-wise and whatnot. So, I mean, honestly, Rika Tatsumi could probably go into her 40s or whatnot. But I do think that Rika will eventually win this tournament. Because, I mean, it's the only tournament left that she hasn't won. We all know she's won the, Max Hart tournament before. She's won it with Miyu Watanabe. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. I think she'll eventually win the Tokyo Princess Cup. This just wasn't the year for it. That's all. This just wasn't the year. Let's see. Bloody Money as Suzume hits the springboard, ring the bell, and I'm gonna miss Ober Eats. Yep, they did team up once again, and got the victory over Natsu Sumire and Mifu Ashita. Which shout out to Mifu Ashita for rocking some new gear. Suzume Rika has a 9.10 on the cage match. That's phenomenal. And you know what? I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. Let's see. Okay. So we know that it has been made official for Wrestle Princess 7. It comes down to this. That's right. The Princess of Princess champion Yuki Arai will defend her title against the Tokyo Princess Cup winner and current International Princess champion Suzume. Which not only does Suzume have an opportunity to become a double champion of both main singles titles in TJPW, but she has the opportunity to become the 4th Grand Slam champion in TJPW history. Whew. That's going to be big. That's going to be really big. Now, to be honest with y'all, I'll say this. I don't know if Suzume is going to defend the International Princess title anytime before Wrestle Princess 7. But I'll say this. If Suzume happens to defend and lose the International Princess Championship between now and before Wrestle Princess 7, then part of me could see her beating Yuki Arai and winning the Princess of Princess Championship. After all, we have to remember Suzume, in her first reign of the International Princess Championship, defeated Yuki Arai to win that belt. So there's that. But if she is still International Princess Champion at Wrestle Princess 7, I think Yuki Arai retains. Because I just don't think it really makes sense to have a wrestler hold both singles championships in TJPW when you only have 3 titles in the promotion. That really doesn't make any sense to me. So, Bloody Money says Yuki Arai retains on October 3rd. Yeah, like I said, if Suzume does have the international title at that time, I definitely think Yuki Arai will retain. But if Suzume doesn't, then part of me could see Suzume win and become the 4th Grand Slam champ. Because like I said, Suzume's been on a roll. But I was talking to some folks earlier about this, but looking at the schedule for TJPW for upcoming shows, to be honest, they could have Suzume defend the title, maybe perhaps at TJPW's last Shinjuku Face show, which is September 26th. Just a thought. I mean, since that is their last Shinjuku Face show that they're going to be doing for TJPW, maybe they'll have Suzume defend the International Princess title, and maybe that could be where she loses. I don't know. It's just a thought. Because I know they got the fall tour going. Like, they'll be at Shinkiba, they'll be at Yokohama Radiant Hall, they'll be at Ryogoku KFC Hall, they'll be at the Gunma Messi, and Shinjuku Face is part of the Shinjuku Face Countdown series. So, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, Wrestle Princess 7 isn't until October 3rd, so, I mean, there's time. There's time. So, we'll see what happens. But we know that's pretty much our main event for Wrestle Princess 7. Yuki Arai versus Suzume for the Princess of Princess Championship. Also, another event that got announced, and I know a couple of friends were telling me about this. Oh, Bloody Money says, one question. Does Suzume need to lose the International Princess title before Wrestle Princess 7? I mean, Bloody Money, would you want Suzume to hold both titles? I mean, that's another thing you got to think about. Do you want Suzume to hold both titles? And it's already going to be bad enough that, Wrestle Princess 7, if she's still International Princess Champion, then we're really only going to see 2 title matches at that show. And typically at the big 3 for TJPW, usually all 3 championships are defended. So that's the only thing. Furious says, I wouldn't be hurt as much, but every year I hype up, and almost every year she loses in the semifinals. And I'd be okay, but she made it, and got my hopes up. I'll get over it. I'm just tired. I feel you. But look at it this way, Furious. Rika Tatsumi has been in great shape. She's been healthy for the longest time. She'll get there. She'll eventually get it. It might be as early as next year, but I don't think she's going anywhere anytime soon. As far as maybe the threat of her retiring or whatnot. I mean, I understand she's 34 years old, but honestly, Rika Tatsumi could go into her 40s. Like, for reals, she could wrestle into her 40s. But like I said, I think she'll eventually get there. I really do. And I mean, she is still currently tag team champions, Daydream. So I mean, she's still gonna be busy. But no, I feel you. I definitely feel you. Like I said, I was there with you. Rika Tatsumi was my original pick. So, but I definitely think she'll eventually win it. It's the last thing that she has left to win. I think she'll eventually win it. I really do. I root for a ride because at least she hasn't crushed my dreams. Nah, I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. But yeah. So Rise Shirai announced a very interesting event that some friends, some of the folks were telling me about that I really, really should consider going, even though I was really thinking about going to see JTO on the same date. But after looking at the details of this, I might have to strongly change my course. So on Saturday, October 10th, TJPW is hosting a special event called Soaked Hammer TJPW Rooftop Garden Pro Wrestling and Barbecue Party. And this will be held at the Grand Hammer in Shinbashi, which is in Tokyo. All TJPW wrestlers will participate in matches on the mat, and there'll be a talk show. All seats include authentic barbecue and all you can drink. I mean, this all sounds really, really good. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. This does sound good. But, this one says, I'm not the same way with Hazuki and singles title and stardom. I can't even remember if I did a prediction for Tokyo Princess Cup. If I did, probably Suzume. I don't think you did, but I'm not too sure. So the details of this special barbecue party wrestling event. So this event will feature all TJPW wrestlers in matches or on the talk stage, allowing you to enjoy authentic barbecue and a variety of entertainment all at once on the rooftop of Grand Hammer. So in the first half of the event, you can enjoy authentic barbecue and all you can drink while watching a live performance by the Up Up Girls. And Fumiren is apparently going to do a comedy show or whatnot. And then a talk stage by the wrestlers. So that's the first half. That's the first half of the event. Oh, Mister says Jason won't see that JTO show till October 2027 on YouTube, probably when Taka remembers his login again. Actually, hold up. Actually, the last couple of JTO shows have been live streamed and available on YouTube. So Taka's actually been on a roll recently. Yeah, you may want to check out the JTO YouTube channel. They've actually been on a roll the last couple of shows. live streaming them. So just had to throw that in there. The second half of the event, the atmosphere of the venue will change completely as TJPW will do the unique water spraying mat wrestling. Oh, God. Enjoy a special match unfolding amidst splashes of water in the open space of Grand Hammer's rooftop. Water will not be used during the barbecue part, so you can relax and enjoy your meal and the stage. So you won't have to worry about getting splashed or whatnot during the first half, the barbecue part. So you can enjoy your meal and all that. So yeah, it's going to be held on the 8th floor of Grand Hammer in Tokyo, which I assume is the rooftop floor, like they said. And they got different seat types. The different seat types. You have your top seat. Well, actually, you know what? Let me start from the bottom. And work my way to the top. So you have the probably safe, relaxing lounge seats, sofa seats. That's 17,500 yen. Which those seats allow you to relax and enjoy barbecue and conversation. You will be watching from across the service counter, and there is some distance from the stage. Depending on the seat location, shelves and equipment may be in your line of sight. You have the probably safe, relaxing sofa seats with a wide view, and that's 20,000 yen, which these seats allow you to relax on a comfortable sofa and enjoy a panoramic view of the stage and the entire venue. Depending on the seat location, customers in front of you or general seating may be in your line of sight. That's fair. Misfit says it's Money in the Bank 2020 on the rooftop with fans, basically. No, not necessarily. This is more of a fun, silly event. This will actually be a fun event. You have the soaked welcome side seats for 22,500 yen. You have the soaked welcome center seats for 27,500 yen. You have the probably safe VIP sofa seats. That's 30,000 yen, which these seats are in the front row of the sofa area where you can see the stage relatively well, even though you are less likely to get soaked. And then the top tier seat that you could get is the Get Soaked, Super Soaked front row seats for 35,000 yen, which pretty much, if you're going to sit there, expect to get wet. TJPW should do a sumo monster truck match. Go on. Explain. All tickets will include a full-fledged barbecue worth about 8,800 yen and all you can drink. Well, I hope they have non-alcoholic beverages because, I don't drink. The display price is the event participation fee, which includes the live performance, traditional Japanese storytelling done by Fumiren, talk stage, water wrestling on a mat, full-fledged barbecue, and all you can drink. So that's the package you get. Regardless of what ticket you get, what seating ticket you get a live performance, traditional Japanese storytelling, talk stage, water wrestling on a mat, barbecue, all you can drink. That's 6 things that you get with this package. Not bad. Not bad at all. Like, wow. So regardless of the seating category you choose, the barbecue and all you can drink options are the same. So barbecue and all you can drink for everybody that attends. The price difference between seating categories is due to differences in viewing environment, such as the view of the stage, seating specifications, and how much water you'll get splashed with. You pretty much choose your preferred viewing style and enjoy a special day that can only be experienced on the rooftop of Grand Hammer. It's the Hogan Big Show thing from WCW Halloween Havoc 95. I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess. I mean, TJPW would be the promotion to do something like that. I mean, if it came to it. So I mean, it's kind of weird, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So the wrestlers that are going to be doing the talk stage only are Mahiro Kiryu, Mifu Ashida, Uta Takami, Ren Kanatsu, and Momo Sato. So they're going to be doing the talk stage only. The main referee and the one that's doing the traditional Japanese storytelling is Fumiren. So you got Fumiren. The rest of the wrestlers will participate in the mat wrestling. They're planning a total of 4 to 5 matches. So, not bad. Not bad. Let's see. So, the super soaking wet and soaking wet seats are seats where you will get soaked with a large amount of water from head to toe. So, please come dressed in clothing that you don't mind getting wet and take precautions to waterproof your smartphone and valuables. The sofa seats are in the area where you are less likely to get wet. However, this is an outdoor event. You may get wet depending on the wind direction and the actions of the wrestlers. These seats do not guarantee protection from water. And the only disadvantage, as being that this is an outdoor event, there is the possibility that it could be canceled in case of rain. So better hope it doesn't rain. That's all I can say. Tej will definitely air this on Wrestle Universe. They might make it a Wrestle Universe pay-per-view. I think there's a chance it could be a Wrestle Universe pay-per-view. It'd be funnier and more entertaining with TJPW. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. But yeah, so October 10th, and doors open at noon, and the show starts at 1 p.m. So yeah. Wrestle Universe pre-sale is August 27th through the 31st. Venue pre-sale is September 12th. Which they're gonna do the venue pre-sale at Shinkapa First Ring. And then general sale on September 13th and onwards. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing this or JTO. Because, like I said, I've never been to a JTO show. I mean, I've been to regular TJPW shows, but this is a very special and unique show. Not to mention barbecue and all you can drink. I mean, of course, like I said, I just hope they have non-alcoholic beverages. But I mean, barbecue. Who doesn't love barbecue? And I'm gonna tell you right now, if it's Japanese barbecue, like yakiniku and like ribs and burgers and all that, woo, wee. That'd be really good. That'd be really good. Not only that, I mean, this is once in a rare blue moon experience, you know. And this event does happen on my last full day in Japan. So I could go to this. I mean, it's on my last full day because I leave the following day. Oof. Oh, man. I'll think about it. I still haven't made my decision yet, but Andy, I know if you're watching this, I already know how you feel about this, So I mean, I could just say bump it and go to this. I mean, Lord willing, it's not like this will be the last time I plan on going to Japan. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. This won't be the last time I go to Japan. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't know how you were able to say any of this with a straight face. Oh, it's simple. When you're so used to doing it a lot, it comes easy. TJPW presents WrestleMania. I see what you did there. Okay. So TJPW out of the way. Now let's get down to the 5-Star Grand Prix 2026 conclusion, the epic conclusion. Now, I must say, first off, you know what? Let me just show this because I honestly thought this was a very, very cool looking poster. I really love this poster. Check this poster out, y'all. I mean, look at that. That was just a phenomenal poster. They did a great job. They did a great job with this. But, of course, this showcased the Red Stars finals was Rina versus Micah. Blue Stars finals was Suzu Suzuki versus Starlight Kid. They ended up doing the Blue Stars finals first. And I was actually quite surprised at both outcomes the way that they ended. I mean, we saw both Micah and World of Stardom champion Suzu Suzuki tap out to submissions, give up to Starlight Kid and Rina's submissions. That was shocking. That was actually very shocking. Because, I mean, when was the last time anybody saw Micah tap out or give up from a submission? Same thing with Suzu. And she's been a deathmatch wrestler for a long time. Al, welcome to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Yes, you came back at a great time. But it was very impressive. Very impressive. Rina with the submission on Micah, Starlight Kid, the same to Suzu Suzuki to pick up their victories and secure a spot in the grand finals. Both were solid matches. solid matches for sure. And I think it's definitely safe to say that no matter what would have happened afterwards, Starlight Kid definitely deserves a future red belt title shot. Now, couple of other things before I continue. Well, a certain Hate member made her epic return in the form of B. Priestley beating down and attacking Ane Kanaya, who did, give her a broken nose. It was the reason why she had to miss the 5-star Grand Prix, because, of course, if y'all remember, B. Priestley was originally supposed to be in the 5-star Grand Prix, but due to the injury, she got replaced by Julia Hart. And now B. Priestley is back and wants to break Ane Kanaya's face. So, well, welcome back, B. Priestley. Ane Kanaya, well, I hope you're ready for your punishment, because yeah, it might get ugly. It might get ugly. Al says, here. Starlight Kid has proven she's very much capable and have an excellent match with Suzu Suzuki. Absolutely. And of course, both are familiar faces, being that they used to be in the same faction together, or, Suzu was there, original founding member of Neo Genesis, but Suzu's no longer in Neo Genesis, now started her faction with Mi Vida Loca. But definitely a solid match, I agree. And in other news, so first off, shout out to Saya Kamatani, new gear. Saya Kamatani and Momo Watanabe have officially challenged O2 Line for the Goddesses of Stardom Tag Team Championships. So we got that to look forward to, which, they did kind of hint at wanting to pursue those. So it looks like that is going to happen at Stardom to the World on September 12th. Yes, Bloody Money. Yes, Koguma does want a shot at Yuna Mizumori's high-speed title. Yes, that is correct. And Ami Sourei has staked her claim to challenge Hanan for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. A date for that wasn't set, so no idea when she's going to get that title shot. But after all, Ami did beat Hanan in the 5-star. So there's that. But I do hope at some point that Yuna Mizumori gets a shot as well, because remember, she beat Hanan as well. This is why folks got to keep receipts. Unfortunately, we did not get the New Blood Tag Team title match due to Rion being absent for the show. But I do hope they do get their title shot at some point. They'll just, delay it, postpone it, or whatnot. Al says, Blitz, question for you. How would you grade Suzu Suzuki's performance throughout the tournament? I thought she was amazing and had been doing very well as champion. Her 5-star tournament gets an A from me. That's accurate. I'd say an A. I'd definitely say an A. I mean, she didn't lose a match until the semis, so yeah, I would say an A. That, and she didn't win, or she didn't lose a block match. I mean, had the one draw, but hey, it doesn't count as a loss. So had a solid tournament, and it's not too surprising when you think about it, considering Suzu has won this tournament before. So, but let's see. But yeah, hopefully Kikyo Furusawa and Rion get their title shot eventually. And an incredible match between Natsupoi and Saori Ano. Those two ladies, they may be besties, but they went at it. They went at it, and a maid in Japoi was able to put away Saori Ano. And you gotta love the show of respect right after the match. You know, even lying on the mat, them holding hands, and then they embraced afterwards, and Natsupoi in tears. It's gonna be so weird seeing Saori Ano without Natsupoi there come post January 3rd. Mister says, I think Walker said Ami versus Hanan was set for To the World. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, fair enough. So September 12th. Grand Finals, Rena from from Red Stars, Starlight Kid from Blue Stars. Phenomenal match. Both ladies in prime form. Oh yeah, thank you, Bloody Money. That's right. Suzuki did challenge Natsuko Tora for the red belt. This would be defense number 2 for Suzu. Should be interesting. Should be very interesting. But yes, thank you for reminding me. But yeah, Rena, Starlight Kid, phenomenal match. Very emotional from both of the ladies. And when it was all said and done, it took another Pink Devil. I think took 2 or 3 Pink Devils from Rena to finally put away Starlight Kid. And Rena has made history, not only winning her first 5-star Grand Prix tournament, but setting the record for youngest 5-star Grand Prix winner. And she got it on the second try. You know, I must say, for Rena's track record, I mean, 2 back-to-back Cinderella tournament finals, losing them both to Sayaka Kurara and Hanan. Came up short in last year's 5-star. And then on her second attempt this year, wins it all. Pretty impressive for the 19-year-old. And after the match, Hate celebrated with her. And Rena went into the crowd and, vibe with the fans, slap hands with all different fans. So that was pretty cool to see. But Rena capitalizing at Ryogoku Kokukigan, winning the 5-star Grand Prix 2026. That means 2 back-to-back members of Hate have won this tournament. Also, commentary. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Waka, I think Momokogo would have been a better fit for English color commentary with Walker Stewart. I'm sorry, but Waka doesn't say much. She doesn't really say anything unless Walker Stewart asks her a question. I don't know if she's shy or what, but Waka, I don't think she's a fit for English commentary. That's just me personally. Because she doesn't say anything unless she's asked a question. She doesn't say jack. And she's, I understand Walker Stewart's play-by-play commentary and she's color commentary, but it's like, dang, Waka, say something. Talk. You know, like, she didn't even do commentary for every match. She came in for, like, what, the last 3 matches or whatnot? It's like, Waka, talk. At least with Momo Kogo, she was at least acting like she was into each match that she, did guest commentary. She was getting into it, Um, did mention this the other day about Tora challenging Suzu next, and commentary made it vary which title Rena should go after. Rena most likely go after Hanan for white belt championship. Rena slowly showing babyface behaviors. Yeah, that was definitely a babyface behavior with her vibing with the fans. Same. I love Waka, but she adds nothing to the boot. Or give me Chris Charlton. I mean, I'm fine with guest English commentary, but I just feel like Momo Kogo would be the best fit to be there with Walker Stewart. I think, unless they were going to do B Priestley, which I didn't think that was going to happen. Being a part of Hate, but yeah, honestly, or if she was in town, Fuwa-chan could do it sometime. Fuwa-chan speaks fluent English, so there's that. But congratulations to Rena. So ironic, being that I met her twice in Vegas this year, so pretty cool to see her on the big stage and win the biggest tournament for Stardom. Bloody Money says, give me Momo Kogo or Chris Charlton to do English commentary with Walker Stewart. Misfit says, Xena added to the booth. Well, Xena's not with Stardom anymore, but I mean, they could reel her in for some guest commentary, I guess. Walker has been doing beautifully on his own and doing pulling a Joey Styles like style. I mean, yeah, that is fair. That is fair. But okay. Now, as far as which belt Rena should challenge for, I know I've said this with some of the folks. Me personally, I don't think she's red belt ready. I really don't. I don't. I don't think she's red belt ready. Secondly, I think it's definitely should be the white belt that Rena goes for. It's really just a matter of when. Because, I mean, let's keep it real. There's no telling when she's going to call her shot. Could be at Crimson Nightmare. Could be at Path to Thunder. Could be at Dream Queendom, All-Star Grand Queendom. I mean, after all, it's not like they have a timetable or a deadline that they got to make their decision. So, and not to mention, who said it even had to be this year? So, just something to think about. Just something to think about. There's nothing that officially says specifically in the rule book. I'm just saying. And I know a few others mentioned the idea of the IWGP Women's Championship, which honestly cannot see her beating Shuri. I don't really see there being any other title she would challenge for. So honestly, I feel like the white belt is the lock. But we'll see. Misfit says, I wasn't sure Okada had the balls to do it, but I'm happy they did. Reno absolutely made Hana proud this morning. Al says, Dream Queendom. That would be my bet. Perhaps. Perhaps. Path of Thunder's in Rena's hometown again. Yeah, that was why I mentioned that particular show, because I mean, even though they've kind of, I don't know, they kind of said some things about what the show could potentially be like, but it could happen there. It could happen there. So I don't know, because like I said, as far as Hanan and the white belt, because let's see, let's take a look. Hanan and the white belt. Hold up. So let's see. And see, the thing is, Hanan has only gotten 2 defenses in. One on B. Priestley and one on Zayda. I mean, that's the thing. How soon would they have her lose that title? And see, the thing with Ami, this will be her 4th attempt at the white belt. Now, it's going to get a little ridiculous. You know, she goes 0-4. I mean, it's already bad enough that Hazuki's like 0-8. But don't add another one to the list. That's all I'm saying. Don't add another one to the list. But, you know, Ami's getting a shot. I mean, Yuna Mizumori should get a shot. You know? I don't know. But we'll see what happens. You know, I expect Starlight Kid will get a red belt opportunity at some point. But yeah. And then don't forget, we got the Goddess of Stardom Tag League to look forward to this coming fall. So I mean, I guess really now the road to Dream Queendom can now really get going now that the 5-star is over with. But, you know, next up for next month, we got Stardom to the World to look forward to. And actually, let me see where Stardom to the World, because I already forgot where hold up. Stardom to the World is Yokohama Budokan. That's right. Yokohama Budokan. So, and then also, so they, let's see. This one says they do it at Path of Thunder would explain why Hanan versus Ami is supposedly happening at To the World. Al says, yeah, Hazuki's like 0-6 on white belt challenges alone. Yeah, and that's too many losses. That's way too many. So let's see. Take a look at the Stardom schedule. So 5 stars over. So as I mentioned before, they got a nice long break. The next Stardom event is not until September 6th. So the ladies got a very nice break. They got a very nice break. That's at least a 2-week break. They got a 2-week break. So that's really cool that they got that much time off. And then they'll start back up with Stardom at Korakuen on September 6th. And then Stardom to the World at the Yokohama Budokan September 12th. And then September they got the Silver Tour, which will be mostly in Osaka, Fukuoka, and Hiroshima. And in October, the big event in October is Stardom Path of Thunder, which is at the Light Cube Tsunomiya. That's October 18th. And then, well, actually, you're going to have two because you got that on October 18th. And then the end of October 29th, you got Crimson Nightmare at the Barrowave Arena. So you got that. And then they got a couple of Corcoran Hall shows in November scheduled so far. And then, of course, you got Dream Queendom, December 29th, Ryogoku Kokukikan. And then going into the new year, 2027, you got so they're doing a Stardom New Year Dream autograph session at the Yokohama Budokan January 2nd. And then the actual show, the Baipoi Road Final, is January 3rd, Yokohama Budokan. And then, of course, they announced for next year, man, already bringing the fire, All-Star Grand Queendom for Yokohama Arena. Next year, I believe it was April 25th. Yes, April 25th. Wait, it's going to be a 2-night show? Really? I'm not seeing that anywhere. Well, and then again, they haven't really provided much details about it yet. Like, it was just announced. So, I mean, maybe they'll clarify. Maybe they'll clarify soon, but I haven't seen anything specific saying 2 nights, but we'll see. Logan James, welcome to the stream. Rena versus Starlight Kid was women's match of the year. Rena winning made me cry. I'm so happy to see Rena win, and I feel like this special moment is also a beautiful way to honor Hanakamura's memory. Didn't you say that there was a previous match before this that you thought was match of the year? Or am I misquoting? Al says they earned that break though. Grand Prix tournaments can be brutal. Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, they're gonna have a nice 2-week break. Dang, not just 1 week, but 2 weeks. It's like, dang, I can dig that. Taro Okada looking out for his talent. You love to see it. It's like, all right, ladies, tournament's over. Y'all can rest up, go on vacation, take some time off, take other bookings if you want. Have at it. You love to hear that. You love to see that. But yeah, so Stardom's got some events scheduled out already, so that's good. But like I said, I'm pretty sure they're going to eventually announce Goddess of Stardom Tag League. Who knows? They may announce that at Stardom to the World. That may be when they do that. So yeah. But wow, so Stardom New Year Dream at Yokohama Budokan, All-Star Grand Queendom at Yokohama Arena. Wow. Starting off the Yokohama area right for 2027. Goodness gracious. Raka says a well-earned vacation. Yes, indeed. You love to see it. But overall, this has been a very fun tournament. Definitely a fun 5-star Grand Prix tournament. I mean, last year's was pretty solid as well, but this year they definitely kept the streak going. This was a solid tournament. Last year's was a solid tournament. It's been fun. It's been fun. So So yeah, that means so far this year, what we got? We got Emma Maishima winning the Rookie of Stardom 2026. We got Hanan winning the Cinderella Tournament 2026. We got Rena winning the 5-Star Grand Prix 2026. So, hey, maybe Hina can win the Goddess of Stardom Tag League. I don't know. Her and maybe her and one of God's Eye members. I don't know. But yeah, great tournament. Really great tournament this year. A lot of fun. Favorite matches. Oh man, there are a lot of solid matches to keep it real with y'all. There are a lot of solid matches. I mean, from Red Stars A, Tomoka Inaba versus Izuki Aoki, Maika versus Azumi, Rina versus Azumi. Like, those were really good matches. Red Stars B, Saya Ida versus Konami was really good. Mei Sarah versus Saya Ida. Rina Yamashita versus Maki Ito was so hilarious. Azusa Inaba defeating Utami, that was big. So that's for Red Stars B. Red Stars A, I was really into Aya Sakura versus Suzu Suzuki, even though she couldn't get that big victory. It was still a really great match. Aya Sakura versus Hanako was really solid. Rion defeating Aya Sakura. Aya Sakura, despite getting a lot of losses, she looked really strong as far as match quality. Hina versus Rion was really good. Hina versus Miyu Amasaki was good. Suzu versus Hanako was good. Suzu versus Miyu Amasaki. And Blue Stars B, Momo Watanabe, Saya Kamatani was entertaining. Amisore versus Hanan. Amisore versus Saya Kamatani. Koguma versus Amisore, of course, for obvious reasons. Momo Watanabe versus. Actually, I'm a surprise, y'all. Momo Watanabe versus Kikyo Furusawa was actually really entertaining. Despite Kikyo pulling up a goose egg, Kikyo put up an excellent effort in her matches. She really did. As far as MVP of the tournament, that's tough. That's tough. Because, one could say easily Rina, being that she won the whole freaking thing. But Misfit says Rina Yamashita. Interesting choice. MVP. You could go Suzu Suzuki, you could go Maika, you could go Azumi. Honestly, the big shocker for me was Ami Sore, considering Ami won Blue Stars B block. I did not expect Ami to win the block. Not to mention, after having big victories over Saya Kamatani, Starlight Kid, and Hanan, I know Hanan, Starlight Kid got her lick back in the playoffs, but still, Ami's stock rose just a little bit more in this tournament. So, but honestly, it's hard for me to pick one. It's hard for me to pick one because I could be biased and say Ami Sore, but you got so many ladies here that did good. Ami did good. Starlight Kid. Koguma was on a streak, but then she kind of fell apart. I mean, Konami did good. Rina, Micah, Sayada definitely should be in the discussion. This was definitely Sayada's best tournament. This was her best tournament. Rina versus Konami was some match of the tournament. Good pick. Konami for MVP. I mean, that's a good choice. I mean, like I said, it's hard for me to pick just one. With how this tournament went, it's hard for me to pick just one. But I am interested to see, because remember, they also got the 5-star awards. We got those to look forward to. 5-star Grand Prix awards. So I'm very curious to see who the winners for the 5-star Grand Prix awards will be. So we got to look forward to that, y'all. But yeah. 2 more pro wrestling tournaments have completed with the 5-star Grand Prix and the Tokyo Princess Cup. I know we still got the AEW Continental Cup still going. I believe that's reached the semifinals. And I believe the semifinals. Oh, yeah, semifinals. I'll go ahead and show y'all. Semifinals. Got Kyle O'Reilly versus Nigel McGuinness. That should be a great match. And you have Claudio Castagnoli versus stablemate, Death Rider stablemate, Jon Moxley. So those are your semifinal matches for the AEW Continental Cup Challenge. So that should be good. For TNA, the Knockout Television Championship Tournament, it's going to come down to, I believe it's Heather by Elegance versus Jada Stone. That's your finals. And I really, well, actually, no. It's Jada Stone versus M by Elegance. That's the finals. That's the finals. So I'm just really hoping that Jada Stone can win, because I really wouldn't want one of the Elegance brand to win that title. But and then, of course, next weekend we got the start of the Marigold Dreamstar Grand Prix 2026. Next month we got the start of the Pro Wrestling Noah and One Victory tournament. So we still got some tournaments to look forward to and whatnot. So should be good. Should be good. A lot to look forward to. And I definitely keep an eye out this week, y'all, because I'm going to be doing a big final preview of the Marigold Dreamstar Grand Prix 2026. Going to go over the blocks. They have already set the matchups and the schedule. Not to mention, I'll share this piece of news with y'all. Not to mention, for Marigold, for this year's Dreamstar Grand Prix, check it out. They're going to do the entire playoffs. That's right, the entire playoffs on September 20th at Korakuen Hall to close out the tournament. So, wow. So that means we're going to be getting, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7 matches. So probably 8 total matches and whatnot. But yeah, they're going to do the whole playoffs in one show. So I may or may not be at that show. But I'll let y'all know once I, once my tickets ship, which they are on the way. But I'll let y'all know the full details of what I will be attending in Japan. I just wish AEW hadn't made it obvious it's going to be Nigel versus Mox at All In, because of course Wembley. And by Elegance is a terrible name. That whole Elegance brand is terrible, to be honest with you. But yeah, so we got a lot to look forward to. Like I said, I am going to go through schedule, and I am going to do, one last big preview of the blocks, and I will give my predictions as far as who will make it out of their blocks, because remember, it's the top 2 from each block. There's 4 blocks, so the top 2 advance to the playoffs. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Excuse me. And they just announced that Bound for Glory is set for October 11th, which I will be returning from Japan that day. So dang, I'm probably not going to be able to watch it until the day afterwards. Well, I'll have the day off afterwards, so I'll probably just watch it after I get back. Let's see. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for tonight's episode. Like I said, was a lot of fun, and Death Before Dishonor was really good. Really enjoyed the Tokyo Princess Cup 13 as well. I mean, like I said, they had 24 competitors, and you had a good handful of upsets in the Tokyo Princess Cup. I honestly felt like it was a solid tournament. Somebody's pulling triple duty that show. True. I have to look at the blocks again before I make my prediction. Also, Rena and Skye have been teased for an MLW return. Hey, that's always good. Logan James says, I'm worried that Marigold Dreamstar Grand Prix might not be better than Stardom. I really hope it delivers amazing tournament and proves me wrong. Bro, who cares whether it does better than Stardom or not? It's another Joshi tournament. Only the 3rd ever Dreamstar Grand Prix. Who cares if it doesn't end up being better than the Stardom one? It's going to get viewed, it's going to get watched, and it's going to be great. Who cares if it doesn't end up being better than Stardom? Like, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. I'm almost done with the stream. Not even going to go there. But yes, I want to thank everybody for coming through, for chatting it up with me. This was fun. This is a lot of fun. And I'm less than a month away from my Japan trip. It's exciting. It's really, really exciting. But yeah, for those that catch the archive of this, let me know what y'all thought of ROH Death Before Dishonor 2026. What did you think of the show? What were your favorite matches? What were your overall thoughts of the TJPW Tokyo Princess Cup 13? How do y'all feel about Suzume winning the tournament? Did you enjoy the tournament? And 5-Star Grand Prix 2026. What did you think of the tournament? How did y'all feel about Rena making history, becoming the youngest 5-star Grand Prix winner? What were your favorite matches? Let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, all of the above. Share the stream. Thank y'all so much for watching. And I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's live stream. And I hope everybody has a blessed week. And I will see y'all very soon in the next video and or live stream. This has been another live pro wrestling talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a blessed week. See y'all soon. Later.